The Aurora Enigma. On a cold and gray January morning, British intelligence agent Nathan Cole receives an encoded message on an ultra-secure device. The message comes from an informant known only as Aurora, who has vital information about an imminent attack on a nuclear facility in London. The message is enigmatic, containing a series of seemingly random numbers and letters, along with a date, February 14th. Nathan is aware that Aurora is a mysterious and enigmatic figure, one of the best spies the Secret Service has ever had. However, Aurora vanished 2 years ago following a failed mission. Determined to prevent a disaster and find Aurora, Nathan dives into a labyrinth of clues and secrets. The first clue leads Nathan to a luxury hotel in Paris, where he discovers a lead in an old book in the hotel's library. The book contains a secret map with the location of a hidden safe. Nathan finds the safe, but it is empty except for an encoded letter. With the help of a fellow cryptographer, he deciphers the letter, which reveals a series of geographical coordinates and a final message. The past is the key to the future. The coordinates lead Nathan to a small village in Transylvania, where he finds an old diary belonging to a World War II spy. The diary contains information about a secret operation called Aurora, which was an attempt to infiltrate a rival organization. The operation failed, but the diary mentions a rescue protocol that might be related to Aurora's disappearance. Nathan discovers that the rescue protocol is associated with a clandestine group still operating in Eastern Europe. The investigation leads him to a glamorous casino in Budapest, where he encounters a double agent who confirms that Aurora is still alive and being held captive by a terrorist group. The terrorist plans to use the information Aurora possesses to launch a devastating cyber attack. With time running out, Nathan must use his skills to infiltrate the terrorist group and rescue Aurora before it's too late. In a series of intense confrontations and chases, he faces betrayals and uncovers a web of corruption and espionage beyond what he imagined. Ultimately, he locates Aurora in a secret fortress, where, with great effort, he rescues her and prevents the imminent attack. However, the story doesn't end there. Aurora reveals to Nathan that the planned attack was merely a distraction for an even more complex scheme in progress. With the world at risk, Nathan and Aurora must join forces to unravel the conspiracy and ensure that the truth is revealed before it's too late. After Aurora's dramatic escape and the thwarting of the imminent attack, Nathan Cole and Aurora return to London for a debriefing with high-ranking officials from British intelligence. There, they discover that the situation is even more complex than they had imagined. The documents found by Aurora and Nathan reveal that Operation Aurora was a maneuver to create a global distraction. The real threat is a plan to infiltrate the electrical and communication networks of major European countries, leaving vital systems vulnerable to coordinated cyber attacks. The files show that the terrorist group was merely a piece in a much larger game, operated by a secret organization known as the Syndicate. To uncover the Syndicate, Nathan and Aurora need to go back in time and examine old files and espionage operations. They discover that the Syndicate has roots dating back to the Cold War and that its leaders are some of the most powerful and influential individuals, disguised as respectable public figures. Nathan and Aurora infiltrate an international conference in Vienna, where one of the Syndicate's leaders, Viktor Ivanov, is about to give a speech. Aurora uses her expertise to create a distraction while Nathan penetrates the internal security of the event, seeking crucial information about the Syndicate's next move. During the conference, Nathan encounters an informant who reveals that the Syndicate is planning a massive attack on European cyber infrastructure, set to begin in 48 hours. They need to find the exact location of the Syndicate's control center, hidden within a network of underground bunkers in Prague. Upon arriving in Prague, Nathan and Aurora face a series of challenges. They must navigate a maze of secret passages and advanced security systems to locate and access the bunkers. They contend with dangers and traitors within their own ranks, fighting against well-trained mercenaries and sophisticated security devices. As they explore the bunkers, they uncover an advanced technology lab and a series of computers connected to a central control system. Nathan and Aurora manage to hack the systems and obtain evidence of the Syndicate's operation, revealing a vast network of corruption and subversion extending into the highest echelons of power. With the evidence in hand, they must flee quickly before the Syndicate's agents discover their presence. In a race against time, they manage to escape and deliver the evidence to the authorities, triggering an international operation to dismantle the syndicate and neutralize the cyber threat. The end of the mission brings a sense of relief, but also unease. Aurora and Nathan reflect on the impact of their discoveries and the ongoing need for vigilance and preparedness. They know that although they have dismantled a major threat, the world of espionage is full of secrets, and new threats will emerge. With the syndicate dismantled, Nathan Cole and Aurora return to London for a brief respite, but soon discover that the world of espionage is more complex and dangerous than they ever imagined. The evidence they provided to the authorities revealed a more extensive network than previously thought, and the secret organization had merely restructured itself. Aurora, now safe, reveals to Nathan that there is an even more hidden faction within the syndicate, known as the Watchers. This faction consists of individuals operating outside the bounds of the law and possessing deep knowledge of espionage and political manipulation. They are interested in an artifact known as the Eye of Horus, an ancient piece with supposed mind control powers that the syndicate had been attempting to acquire. As they investigate, Nathan and Aurora discover that the artifact is hidden in a remote fortress in Scotland, protected by an almost impenetrable security system. They are contacted by a former MI6 agent turned informant, offering help in exchange for protection, as he is being hunted by the Watchers. With the informant as their guide, Nathan and Aurora embark on a new mission. They travel to Scotland and face challenges as they attempt to infiltrate the fortress. At the same time, they discover that the vigilantes plan to use the artifact to manipulate world leaders and influence crucial political decisions. During the infiltration, Nathan and Aurora encounter a series of sophisticated obstacles and traps. They must disable a complex security system that includes motion sensors, high-definition cameras, and advanced monitoring devices. Meanwhile, they face relentless adversaries, including former MI6 agents who have turned against them. After a series of intense confrontations, Nathan and Aurora manage to access the chamber where the Eye of Horus is kept. However, upon touching the artifact, Nathan begins to have disturbing and unsettling visions, which seem to connect to a mysterious past he had forgotten. Aurora, noticing that something is wrong, decides to intervene and uses her skills to protect Nathan. They discover that the artifact has the ability to access and manipulate memories and thoughts, which may explain Nathan's visions and the vigilantes' obsessive pursuit of the object. They manage to recover the Eye of Horus and escape the fortress, but not before being confronted by a member of the vigilantes, who reveals that their true intention was to find and control Nathan, who has an unexpected connection to the artifact. In a final intense battle, Nathan and Aurora manage to neutralize the threat and destroy the artifact to prevent it from falling into the wrong hands. In the end, Nathan and Aurora return to London, knowing that the fight against the hidden and dangerous never truly ends. They are welcomed as heroes, but with the awareness that the shadows of espionage and power always move, and new threats will arise. The story concludes with Nathan and Aurora preparing for a new mission, aware that the world is full of secrets waiting to be revealed and that their skills and courage will be tested once again. With the Eye of Horus destroyed and the threat of the vigilantes neutralized, Nathan Cole and Aurora have a brief moment of rest. However, the feeling that something bigger is lurking does not leave them. The destruction of the artifact seems to have destabilized an even broader secret network than they had imagined. As they investigate the repercussions of the artifact's destruction, Nathan and Aurora are approached by a mysterious figure known only as the Enigma. This individual claims that the Eye of Horus was just a piece of a much larger puzzle, and that the true threat lies in a project called Ascension. The Enigma reveals that Ascension is a plan to create a global network of mind control, allowing an unknown organization to manipulate individuals in positions of power for its own agendas. To prevent this plan from coming to fruition, Nathan and Aurora must locate and destroy a central device known as the Core, which is the key piece of the project. The initial lead takes them to a remote island in the Arctic, where there are rumors that the Core is hidden in a research facility. The journey to the island is fraught with natural dangers and logistical challenges, including an unrelenting storm and a heavily guarded security network. Upon arriving at the facility, Nathan and Aurora discover that the facility is, in fact, a facade for a highly advanced underground base. They need to overcome several layers of security, including an artificial intelligence system that controls access and monitors all activities. As they infiltrate the base, they discover that the core is about to be activated, which would trigger a global mental control wave within hours. They also find scientists and engineers who have been coerced into working on the project under threat, revealing a network of coercion and manipulation extending across several nations. Nathan and Aurora face a series of final challenges as they attempt to disable the core. In a dramatic confrontation, they come face to face with an enigmatic leader of the organization who reveals a surprisingly high-profile identity, a prominent figure in the global government with much greater influence than they had imagined. During the final battle, Nathan and Aurora manage to disable the core and expose the scheme to the world. However, the leader of the organization manages to escape, leaving behind clues about a new threat that might emerge in the future. The final revelation suggests that the Ascension project was just a piece of a larger plan and that the real battle is still to come. Although relieved to have prevented the activation of the core, Nathan and Aurora know they must remain vigilant. The story ends with them returning to London, where they are praised for their achievements but also prepared for future challenges. They have the sense that, while they have won a significant battle, the war against hidden and manipulative forces is far from over. After disabling the core and exposing the global scheme, Nathan Cole and Aurora are invited to a high-level meeting at MI6. The meeting reveals the gravity of the situation. Although the core has been deactivated, the escape of the organization's leader leaves a persistent threat. MI6 is concerned about the possibility that a new faction, even more secretive and powerful, may have inherited the legacy of the Ascension project. During the meeting, a new character is introduced, Dr. Evelyn Ross, a cybersecurity and artificial intelligence expert, who is brought in to help track and neutralize the threat. She reveals that the new faction has a code name, the Renegades. These individuals are known for their skill in manipulating and infiltrating information networks and for their use of advanced technologies to achieve their goals. Nathan, Aurora, and Dr. Ross begin investigating the clues left by the fugitive leader. They discover that the Renegades have a plan to create a new control network using a combination of artificial intelligence and psychological manipulation to achieve an unprecedented form of global control. The investigation takes the trio to various locations around the world, starting with a research center in Tokyo. There, they find evidence that the Renegades are developing AI technology capable of predicting and influencing human behavior with alarming precision. They also uncover that this technology is being tested in a series of covert experiments. As they infiltrate the research center, Nathan and Aurora face a series of challenges, including impenetrable security systems and renegade agents who always seem to be one step ahead. They manage to retrieve vital information about the location of the Renegades' next target, an underground facility in Berlin where the AI will be fully implemented. In Berlin, they face an intense battle to prevent the activation of the AI. They discover that the leader of the Renegades, now identified as a technology magnate known as Adrian Vogt, is planning to use the AI to manipulate world leaders and create a new global control regime. Vogt reveals that his plan is to establish a new world order where the Renegades will have absolute control. Nathan, Aurora, and Dr. Ross must use their skills to overcome the defenses of the facility and disable the AI before it becomes operational. The battle is marked by dramatic confrontations and tensions as they face significant technological and physical obstacles. In the climax of the mission, Nathan and Aurora confront Adrian Vogt in a final showdown inside the AI control center. Although they manage to deactivate the AI and thwart the implementation of the plan, Vogt escapes once again, leaving behind an encrypted message that suggests he is still planning something bigger. With the immediate threat neutralized, Nathan, Aurora, and Dr. Ross realize that the battle against the Renegades is far from over. Volk's message makes it clear that he has even darker plans, and the fight to protect the world from this new threat is just beginning. The story ends on a note of suspense and anticipation. Nathan and Aurora prepare for their next mission, aware that the fight against hidden and manipulative forces will continue, and that they must be ready to face new challenges and secrets that will arise. After the confrontation in Berlin, Nathan Cole, Aurora, and Dr. Evelyn Ross return to London, where they are celebrated as heroes. However, The sense that Adrian Volk is still at large and planning something bigger lingers. The MI6, aware of the ongoing threat, decides to form an elite team to handle the Renegade's operations and gather more information about Volk's plans. Nathan and Aurora are appointed to lead this new team, which includes Dr. Ross and two new members. Marco Silva, a former Interpol agent specializing in undercover operations, and Lila Kim, an elite hacker with exceptional skills in encryption and system infiltration. The team is tasked with tracking Volk and the Renegades and dismantling their operations before they can execute any new plans. The investigations lead the team to various cities around the world, racing against time to follow the clues left by Volk. They discover that the tech magnate is developing a new form of technology that combines biotechnology with artificial intelligence, known as the Heart of the Labyrinth. This device is designed to control not only computers and networks, but also to directly manipulate human behavior through biotechnological implants. The first major breakthrough occurs when the team tracks down a research facility in San Francisco, where they find evidence of tests and prototypes of the Heart of the Labyrinth. While investigating, they are attacked by renegade mercenaries, and Marco Silva is severely injured. The team manages to escape with crucial information, but the situation is becoming increasingly dangerous. The next target is an international technology conference in Hong Kong, where the Renegades plan to showcase a prototype of the Heart of the Labyrinth to potential buyers and allies. Nathan and Aurora infiltrate the conference, where they face a series of challenges, including advanced security systems and undercover agents. During the conference, Lila Kim successfully hacks the security systems and discovers that the prototype is scheduled for a live demonstration, which could lead to a global crisis if not neutralized. During the demonstration, Nathan and Aurora face an intense battle to prevent the Heart of the Labyrinth from being activated and distributed. They manage to sabotage the device and recover critical data, revealing the location of a secret base on a remote Pacific island, where the project is being finalized. Upon reaching the secret base, the team faces a series of final challenges, including an advanced security network and a series of traps designed to protect the Heart of the Labyrinth. The battle culminates in an epic confrontation with Adrian Volk and his remaining allies. During the fight, Nathan and Aurora face the difficult decision of whether to destroy the device or try to use it to obtain information about the Renegade's future plans. Ultimately, they decide to destroy the Heart of the Labyrinth, ensuring that the technology does not fall into the wrong hands. However, the destruction of the device does not eliminate the threat from the Renegades, who continue to operate in secrecy. Adrian Volk escapes once again, leaving behind an enigmatic clue about a new phase of his plan. The story ends with Nathan, Aurora, Dr. Ross, Marco Silva, and Lila Kim returning to London, ready to continue the fight against the Renegades. They sense that the battle is far from over, and that Volk's next move could be even more dangerous. The team prepares to face new challenges and uncover the next mysteries that will arise. After the destruction of the Heart of the Labyrinth and Adrian Volk's escape, Nathan Cole, Aurora, Dr. Evelyn Ross, Marco Silva, and Lila Kim return to London with the sense that the Renegade's threat is not entirely neutralized. The clue left by Volk leads the team to suspect that he is preparing a global-scale attack that could cause an economic and social collapse. The new lead indicates that Volk is orchestrating a series of coordinated operations to destabilize economies and governments around the world, using a network of infiltrated agents and advanced technology. The team receives information about an upcoming major move, a secret meeting of financial and political leaders in a neutral city, Geneva, where Volk plans to deliver a device known as the Dominator. The Dominator is an AI-based financial control system that, if activated, could manipulate global markets and economies in real time, causing unprecedented economic chaos. Nathan and Aurora, accompanied by Dr. Ross, Marco, and Lila, need to infiltrate the meeting and prevent the device from being activated. Upon arriving in Geneva, the team faces a series of challenges to access the meeting location, which is heavily guarded and shrouded in secrecy. They disguise themselves as staff and participants to gain access, while Lila Kim conducts a cyber infiltration to disable security systems and gather information on Volk's operation. During the meeting, Nathan and Aurora discover that Volk plans to use the Dominator to trigger a global financial crisis by manipulating data and information to create a controlled economic collapse. They need to act quickly to neutralize the device before it can be activated. Tension reaches its peak when Nathan and Aurora face a series of challenges while trying to deactivate the Dominator. The meeting is interrupted by an attack from Renegade's mercenaries, leading to a chaotic and violent battle. Marco and Lila confront the mercenaries while Nathan and Aurora race against time to disable the device. In the midst of the confrontation, Adrian Voke reveals that his true intention is to create a new global economic system that he will control, leaving countries dependent on his technology and power. With the device about to be activated, Nathan and Aurora must use their skills and intelligence to prevent a global disaster. Finally, with Lila Kim's help, who manages to hack the systems and deactivate the Dominator, the team averts the attack and neutralizes the threat. However, Voke escapes once again, leaving behind a trail of destruction and chaos. With the immediate threat contained, the team returns to London, where they are received with recognition and gratitude. But the feeling that Voke is still at large, and that the Renegades might have future plans persists. The team continues to work with MI6 and other international agencies to monitor and dismantle Voke's network. The story ends with Nathan, Aurora, and the team preparing for a new phase in the fight against hidden and manipulative forces. They know that the world remains full of secrets and dangers, and that the battle to protect global order is far from over. Their journey is just beginning, and the next challenge could be even more complex and dangerous than the previous ones. After dismantling the Dominator and Adrian Voke's escape, Nathan Cole's team returns to their routine but with an increasing sense of urgency. The Renegade's actions and Voke's behavior suggest that a new and even more dangerous phase of their plan is underway. International authorities are on high alert, and Nathan and his team are called for a new mission. Recently, anonymous leaks indicate that Voke is preparing a final operation to solidify his global control. These leaks speak of an eclipse event, a secret operation involving a coordinated cyber attack and a series of actions aimed at destabilizing political and financial systems worldwide, in a final move to seize global control. Nathan, Aurora, Dr. Evelyn Ross, Marco Silva, and Lila Kim are summoned to an emergency meeting with leaders from various international intelligence and security agencies. They are tasked with investigating and dismantling Voke's plan before the eclipse event is activated. The first lead takes the team to an underground facility in Copenhagen, where they believe Voke is developing the technology for the eclipse event. The facility is located in a decommissioned military base now repurposed for advanced research. The team needs to infiltrate the base and find out what is being planned. During the infiltration, they encounter a series of complex security systems and heavily armed renegade agents. While exploring the base, they discover that Voke is preparing a network of satellites equipped with technology to disrupt global communications and financial systems. The eclipse event is scheduled to initiate a series of coordinated failures that will affect major economies and communication networks worldwide. As they attempt to disable the technology, the team faces a fierce battle against the renegade mercenaries and discovers that the base is equipped with a self-destruct system. The mission becomes a race against time to neutralize the threat and escape the base before it is destroyed. With the help of Dr. Ross and Lila Kim, they manage to deactivate the satellite technology and prevent the eclipse event. However, during the final battle, Adrian Voke makes a surprise appearance, revealing that he plans to use a series of remote activation codes to complete the attack, which has already been partially initiated. Nathan and Aurora confront Voke in a tense showdown, while Marco and Lila work to prevent the activation codes from being transmitted. In the confrontation, Voke reveals that his plan has always been to create a global crisis to force the adoption of a new world order under his control. With an epic final battle, Nathan and Aurora manage to capture Voke and deactivate the remaining activation codes. The base is destroyed, but the eclipse event is neutralized before causing a global collapse. Back in London, the team is greeted with relief and recognition, but the sense that the fight against manipulative forces and the powerful is not over persists. Voke is arrested, but his organization is complex and his connections are deep. The team knows that new threats may arise and that vigilance must continue. The final act of the story leaves a note of preparation and anticipation. Nathan, Aurora, and the team are acknowledged for their heroic work, but they also prepare for what lies ahead. They know that while some challenges have been overcome, the world of espionage and global manipulation continues to evolve, and their mission is far from over. Subscribe to my channel to see more riddle or suspense stories.